Hello, good morning students. So today we are going to continue with the chapter that is physical and chemical changes, that is rusting of iron. What type of change it is? It is a chemical change. Why? Because the new substances is formed. Okay, the surface you can see here, brown powdery substances are formed. Right. Now can you get back iron from this brown powdery substance? No, you cannot get back. Okay, you cannot convert back to iron. And the composition and properties of rust are different from iron. That is why it is a chemical change. The properties, see why? Because first the properties are different. The properties of rust and the iron totally different. And why? Because because rust cannot be converted back to iron by applying any simple physical method. So that is why rusting of iron is a chemical change. And how this rusting formed, you know? If you place any iron to the open environment and it is exposed to air and moisture, that is it takes oxygen and moisture, that is humid air, that is H2O from like water vapor is also present in the atmosphere. So it takes H2O from air and converted into rust, resulting this. And what is the formula of rust? Chemical formula Fe2O3 dot NH2. Okay, so this is the formula of rust. And what is the formula of iron? Fe. So that is why the properties, the chemical formulas are different, properties are different, and you cannot get back the original substance, that is iron, from this powdery substance, from this brown powdery substance. So we call it a chemical change. Now burning of candle is which type of change? It is physical or chemical change? So burning of candle is both the changes occur here. How? Because wax is melting, that is molten wax is there, you can see here in this figure. So this melting of wax is an example of physical change. Why? Because no new substances are formed and it changes into one thing to other. Like the properties are not different. Initially also it is a wax and after melting it is also a wax. So that is why it is an example of physical change. Now how it is an example of chemical change? See, if question will come in your exam that melting of wax is which type of change? So it is a physical change. But if question come that burning of candle is which type of change? So you will say it is a chemical change. How? Because the molten wax rises through the cotton thread. Okay, and this cotton thread you can see here, this cotton thread, it undergoes combustion because it is burning. It undergoes combustion and produces carbon dioxide and water vapor. So this cotton thread gets charged to a black mass. So that is why it is a chemical change. You cannot get original cotton thread from this black mass. So that is why it is a process of this process is a chemical change. Burning of candle is a chemical change. Now this cooking of food is also an example of chemical change. Why? Because if you're cooking something, many chemical reactions takes place within the food. As you are adding oil, these vegetables, and you cooked. So the taste and chemical structure also changes. It is not possible to suppose if your food is cooked, after your food is cooked, that means you cannot get those raw food or these vegetables from the cooked food, right? So that is why you cannot get back. So that is why cooking of food is a chemical change. Similarly, curdling of milk is also a chemical change, which is given in the next topic. How? Because you cannot get or you cannot recover milk from curd. Like what is written in your book, that conversion of milk into curd is called curdling of milk. Right. So during the conversion of milk into curd, many reactions involving proteins, organic acids and fat takes place. Yes. See how you prepare curd in your house. You take milk and add 1 spoon of curd into that milk. Right. And you keep it aside for 1 day or some hours. After that, you found that your milk converted into curd. That means what? Curdling happens. So, can you get milk back from curd? No, you cannot. So that is why it is a chemical change. It's written here, it is not possible to obtain milk from the curd. So that is why curdling of milk is a chemical change. Now the next topic is digestion of food is a chemical change. How digestion is a chemical change? It is a chemical process. How? Because you see here during digestion, food undergoes many chemical changes. Like proteins, carbohydrate, fats you're taking every day, it gets broken down into simpler substances, means simpler molecules. And these molecules have different chemical structure. Okay, entirely different chemical structure, means the original foods having different structure, and now after you have taken these things, after that it has completely different chemical structure. So it is not possible to obtain the original food from these molecules. These broken molecules, can you get back? Can you recover all those proteins, carbohydrates and fats or the original food from these? No, you cannot. So that is why the digestion of food is a chemical change. So here in your book, the next topic, melting of butter is a chemical change. See, it's till now I think it's really very clear about chemical change. As you have studied so many examples of chemical change and why these are chemical change also you have studied. So I think this melting of butter is a chemical change is not that hard you to understand, right? It's not that much tough. So butter is what you all know. Butter is an emulsion of fat and water. It's written here. So if you heat butter, this emulsion breaks up and all the fat among this butter, which is in this butter, gets separated from water to form 2 layers. Now this fat layer usually called ghee, okay, which is separated. Now this property, like the properties of ghee, is different and the property of butter is also different. So both having different properties. So you cannot get back butter from ghee, right? So therefore melting of butter is a chemical change. Since after melting ghee is formed, so you cannot get butter back. So that is why melting of butter is a chemical change. So now we know that this melting of butter is a chemical change. So now summarize, what are the characteristics of a chemical change? That new substances with different properties are formed. That is true. In this case, ghee is formed from butter. Afterwards, chemical changes are permanent and cannot be reversed just by any simple physical methods. This is also true. Relatively larger amount of heat is either absorbed or evolved during a chemical change. So here also you are supplying heat, means you are giving heat to butter. So I hope you understand about all the chemical changes. You have understood about physical changes and all the examples of chemical and physical changes. So revise chapter in your home, read, go through it, and If any query is there, you comment in the comment box, and I'll try to cover those topics in the next video. Thank you.